Okay, so my first video, at least on my main channel, since I got out of the hospital, on the main channel, I'm playing Dead Space, the remake, and it's awesome. Having a great time. Now on the main channel here, I'm watching this DCU Gods and Monsters James Gunn roadmap announcement, and I don't usually watch these. I didn't watch any of them from Marvel. I don't, but this seems different, like DC's doing something different, and also I want to know what they're doing with Superman. Like that's what I'm most curious about. So let's watch this.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And
But how many Batman do we have right now? Batfleck, Robert Pattinson, and fingers crossed, Michael Keaton. That's 3 Batmen. We don't have a theatrical Superman, but we have Tyler Hoechlin on TV for the moment. So I don't like that. Don't get canceled. Just don't cancel it. So really, when you say one person playing, like we already have multiple versions. How many Flashes do we have right now? So many on TV, and then as far as movies, that's a whole other. And there's more than one in that one too, but the main one, yeah. So, what really are you talking about?
if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have
Asked and answered.
been pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. Then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're gonna do that's a little bit different at DC is we're gonna have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in life.
That's not really different. Arrow did that with Vixen. Is that her name? Who can put the animals and the thing on her neck. And then the late great Kevin Conroy was Batman's voice. He played Kingdom Come Batman in live action in Crisis. So yeah. And there's different cases where Michael Rosenbaum is the voice of Flash in the DCEU animated universe, but he was Lex Luthor in Smallville. Smallville. You see what I'm saying?
Action. The next project up is Waller.
Oh, and Stephen Amell. Right. Stephen Amell is obviously Arrow and is about to be Arrow Spectre again. And he's also Arrow in the Injustice games, the Green Arrow. At least his version of it. So yeah.
This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. Next up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the...
Hold on. When you say out of this world, all right, my first thought is Superman. Okay? But you say it's Amanda Waller, who's very much powerless. but still a giant thorn in the asses of like a lot of heroes, like Luthor, except without the power suit even. So I don't know.
DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called...
Hold on. Superman Legacy. Okay. I feel like that leads to openings for other stuff. But alright. I mean, it's called Legacy, so I mean, if you want to do the whole DCU, like, that's the opening. That's a great name to start with. You know, this new Superman, but he meets maybe Tyler Hoechlin or Brandon Routh. But it's another Superman I forgot to mention. Brandon Routh, he's also kind of Superman right now. He came back at Crisis. He's out there somewhere. And he's technically Christopher Reeve Superman. So yeah, calling it Legacy, that's a great opening for that. Yeah.
Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns. John
Oh my goodness, I've been hearing about this movie for years. We're finally getting something about it.
Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered.
Okay, but you may sort of mention Hal Jordan and John Stewart, who, yes, they're like the big names, top Lanterns. But there's other ones. There's Kyle, I can't remember his last name. And there's like two of them at least are gay, and like the OG one, I know he's gay. Like there's like some Lady Lanterns, like the one who was on Stargirl. You mentioned the two big names. I was never a Hal Jordan fan. Ironically, that title was way too much like Superman. But John Stewart absolutely is my favorite Lantern. No question about it. He is. I understand both of them are kind of overrated because there are other Lanterns with other stories, and DC themselves even shit on Kyle, right? That particular Lantern for no reason. I get it.
in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine.
Ooh, the wrestling fan in me just got punched right there. I literally just got through watching that new show on Netflix, the remake of Queens of the Ring, Against the Ropes. That's a WWE project. And if you're a wrestling fan, WWE, you remember The Authority. Ooh, glad that's done.
It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group...
Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this like the dude flying here with the halo? Is that like... I know there's a gay Superman and he's with like the gay Batman. Is that the dude here at the bottom? Like, I cannot remember their names. And they didn't used to be DC Comics. But they became too popular and DC scooped them up. Is that who that is? Like the gay Superman and the gay Batman? Because that looks like them.
Group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different...
There's another one. Any means necessary. If you're a wrestling fan back in the 90s, the Nation of Domination. Come on now. Very definition is no saying that's right. Come on. This is on purpose, isn't it?
Look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is a story of
Hold on. Paradise Lost. That sounds familiar as hell. Paradise Lost. It's like a wonderful... Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a Wonder Woman story. That's really her. But yeah.
Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story...
All right, look. I understand that was a Batman Brave and the Bold TV show, which was very popular. Wasn't my thing. I liked Idris Spader. His Batman, not for me. Then he got a movie with Scooby-Doo. Then the show came back. I was never a fan of Brave and the Bold Batman, so I don't know.
Story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run.
Yay.
Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little...
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm starting to see why people are doing literally this in their thumbnails. Damian Wayne is your... That's fine. That's to do you, but he's such a whitey bitch. The fact that he's somebody's favorite Robin is baffling to me, but okay.
Assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating...
Oh, man. Remember when I used to do unboxing of my comics? I would always pop for Booster Gold because I love Booster Gold. He's a dick, but a lovable dick like myself.
Guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically this.
Wait a minute, hold on. At the end of Legends of Tomorrow, Booster Gold shows up as Donald Faison. And Donald Faison is always black. Booster Gold, you can see, is not. So they're going to fix that? Or is that part of the reset? Because I wouldn't mind the reset, but I do like Donald Faison. As much as I didn't mind his Booster Gold, it seemed weird though.
Superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction.
Supergirl, all right. So Melissa Benoist is done with Supergirl. I mean, it's reference on Superman and Lois. That's cool. Love her to show up, but for the time being, she's done with Supergirl. And we've been wanting a Supergirl movie for years. Because she had that one from '84. But yeah, like I would love a Supergirl movie, a good one. Like I've been waiting for this for a long time. And I understand a Supergirl shows up in the Flash movie, but it's not Kara. It's someone else entirely.
Epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is...
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Dude, Superman, Man of Tomorrow. That's one of my favorite comics right there, man. Okay. I'm digging this.
The character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about.
Okay, Swamp Thing. I love that movie from the 80s. Not the Wes Craven one. The first one, like not that one. But I love Wes Craven, one of the greatest of all time. My favorite horror director after John Carpenter. Did not like his Swamp Thing movie. Love the sequel with love the sequel. I can't remember who said it, but I love the sequel. Heather. Oh fuck it. The Return. Not Superman. Swamp Thing. Yeah, here it is. By Heather Locklear. That's who it is. Heather Locklear. Yeah, I love the sequel. Love that movie. And there was a TV show spun off of that movie. I don't think I've seen much of it. And according to his podcast, Kevin Nash might have been a part of it. And I saw some of the most recent show that didn't last at all. I get it. But there was potential. So, like, I like Swamp Thing. I do. He's such a cool character. I want to see him in stuff, right? Just give him, like, a proper chance like he used to.
A very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys. and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So, wow. I, for the most part, like what he's doing. Like I said, I've never been a Brave and the Bold Batman. Damn sure not a fan of Damian Wayne. But aside from that, just all sounds great. Yeah. I just wonder if Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow will be related to Superman Men of Tomorrow. Because again, that is one of my favorite Superman comics. I mean, when I read that, I feel like the kid again, man. Reminds me why I love Superman. I say read that if you don't like Superman. If you want to know what he's about, read that comic. Alright, it's not about his powers. I was thought, no. Alright, not at all. Anyway. Yeah, I like what James Gunn's doing here for the most part. Like I've said, I'll lead to individually. So yeah, thank you for watching.